Welcome to this E-MetroTel live webinar. This event is hosted by Mark Simmons, Industrial Design and Marketing Lead at E-MetroTel. In this session, Brad Ford, Product Management Leader, walks us through Microsoft Teams integration using the Infinity Web Client. You'll see how UCX voice, reporting, wallboards, and omni-channel all appear directly inside the Teams interface without requiring additional licensing, and how quickly users can get up and running. Let's jump in. Over to you, Mark and Brad.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Pretty good turnout so far. This is our first session of E-MetroTel Live, our new monthly webinar series, where we'll share short practical demos, highlight what's new at E-MetroTel, ranging from UCX, Infinity, and also our hardware products. I'm Mark Simmons. I've recently taken over the role of marketing lead since Scott retired. And today we're going to be looking at one of our most requested topics, which is Microsoft Teams integration using the Infinity Web Client. In terms of what to expect today, Brad's going to do about a 20-minute presentation and live demo, followed by a Q&A session, and everything should be wrapped up within 30 or 40 minutes. So to walk us through the demo, I'll hand things over to Brad Ford, who is our product management lead. Brad, please take it away.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. I am Brad Ford, and I'm going to show you today how the Infinity Web Client, embedded directly inside Microsoft Teams, brings the comprehensive calling, real-time call center visibility and reporting, and omni-channel engagement into the same Teams workspace your users already rely on every day. Before we begin, though, I just want to highlight that the embedded experience is a result of over a year's worth of collaborative effort with Microsoft, ensuring a clean, secure, compliant integration that works seamlessly in the Teams environment. And we do actually support two ways of connecting Teams with our UCX PBX. There's the embedded Infinity Web Client and direct routing. Note that today's session is going to focus on the embedded model because that delivers the true single pane user experience that we've been asked for by many of our customers. So with respect to the agenda, I'll be walking through a bit of a discussion on the two ways that we do integrate with Teams. I'll give you a preview of some upcoming soft phone changes within the Infinity Web Client. I'll move into a live demo, and then we'll take a quick look at how simple the initial configuration is to get users up and running. I'll finish off with a summary of the key points, and we'll open it up for questions afterwards. So during the presentation, Mark will be monitoring the chat channel, and he'll go through and restate the questions, and we'll talk about them during that Q&A. So Teams integration options, as I mentioned, we have two. It's the Infinity Web Client, embedded within Teams, highlighted in the green, and direct routing. So with the Infinity Web Client, we deliver all the UCX capabilities directly inside Teams. Calling, obviously, ring groups, IVR, paging, including set-based paging, queue handling, and the reporting, our new omni-channel functionality, and support for a functionality upcoming called AI Assist. And I'll get into more of that in a moment. With the Infinity Web Client embedded for Teams, there are no additional Microsoft or E-MetroTel licensing required. So it's our standard licensing models, and there's no need for any Microsoft incremental licensing either. Users simply add the client from the Teams store and authenticate once using credentials we provide via an email. I'll get into that later as well. Whereas the direct routing is a SIP connection from the UCX through a session border controller or SBC to the native Teams dial pad. Any feature functionality is based on DTMF star code access. It does require the Microsoft phone system license and then can provide standard PSTN connectivity through the UCX. The model is in use today. We actually have a banking customer that has about 1,000 users globally that's been operating on it for several years now. Both approaches are supported fully by EMetroTel. But as I said, we're going to be focusing on the embedded model because it gives the complete EMetroTel experience without ever leaving the Teams environment. So before we move into the demo, I said I was going to show you a vision of our upcoming UI changes or user interface changes to the phone client within the Infinity One or Infinity Web Client. You'll notice that it's aligned visually with our newly released 3065 that's available both on desktop and mobile devices. It's also aligned visually with our upcoming 7005 hard phone touchscreen user interface, where you'll get many of the same capabilities as here. On the right side of the user interface over in this side, you'll see I made reference to AI Assist. And what you see there is real-time transcription of the audio on this call that the particular user is on. We'll present that with both the caller and or external and internal user identified, and we will make that transcript available historically as well. There's also an aspect of sentiment analysis that isn't displayed on this screen but is available, and we'll be tying that in for user prompts based on customer data as well. So that will be part of the next integration here of the Infinity Web Client. But in the meantime, the demo that we're doing is based, I'm actually using our HQ UCX system, the one I use every day. So it's still on the existing user interface with the existing phone client. So the areas of the demo, because we're getting into the demo now, we're going to talk about some of the voice functionality, the visibility within the contact center for wallboards, or historic reporting, or historical reporting, and omni-channel customer engagement. So with that, I'm going to actually flip over to live system. I guess starting with how the user will access the embedded Infinity Web Client to start with. This is a standards browser-based interface to Teams. And they would simply, if they haven't already done so, click on the Add Apps. They type in EMetroTel and add the application that comes up. I've already done that, so I can actually, it's in the panel here already. I've pinned it, put it up near the top because I use this every day. but I could slide it up and down or unpin it and have it kind of floating. We recommend, from a best practices perspective, I guess, that you have that you do use the browser interface. It would work on the desktop interface as well, but the way Teams operates, we only have access to the speech path for ringing, signaling, and audio conversations when the app is visible in the foreground within a tab. So you might carry on with most of your Teams functionality in one interface, and then if you're going to be looking at wallboards and things like that, you would switch to the other tab. From a layout perspective, it is just another app within the standard Teams navigation panel on the left. We've added a panel next to that, which is accessing all the Teams contacts and personal contacts that you've entered in Teams, presenting them so that you actually have a click to dial button for each one of those entries. And then we have our standard Infinity Web Client navigation panel with drawers for various functionality in the green strip. I'm going to work from the bottom up, starting with calls. So that's the current phone interface. And just to show you click to dial, so I'm going to, when I click on my extension here, you can see, or my cell phone number, you can see that it started dialing automatically. It's ringing now. I could answer it and carry on discussion. I can answer it in hands-free or with a headset. It could be an internal extension or anything that any digits that are sent to the UCX for call process. And I should point out that even if I am in the other tab working on normal team stuff, if I am receiving an incoming call, sorry, I hit the wrong extension there. So if I receive an incoming call, normally you would get a pop-up and ringing, but because I'm sharing my screen within the video, so it's actually just you won't actually see those pop-ups or hear that ringing, sorry, just so you would be able to answer it from here. You would be able to answer it directly from one of the pop-ups. You get a Windows toaster up here that you'd be able to answer it from. And if you're actually within one of the other drawers within Infinity One, we present a pop-up in this as well. It doesn't show very well in the video because of the restriction around Microsoft blocking unwanted pop-ups. You can also place calls either from the dial pad here, from the click to dial that I mentioned, or if I'm in another drawer within Infinity One interface, I can actually click this keypad, dial from here without ever leaving the drawer that I'm in as well. So going back to the phone, this is extendable to 120 keys, just as normal for our Infinity One offering. it's programmable keys. These are all busy lamp fields and speed dials and features. I'm here as a dynamic agent within our call center. So I'm going to log in and proceed actually to show you the queues panel. So within the queues panel, you can access one or more of our of the queues that are set up on the UCX PBX. See if I go to the support queue, standard queue related statistics up on front, keeping everybody visible of how many active calls there are, what the longest wait time is, etc. And you can see that we have a list that shows the status of all the agents that are active in that queue. I'm in there now. I've been in there for 47 seconds since I made my login. So I can see a single queue at a time, or I can actually view multiple queues at one time. From a historical reporting perspective, if we look at the reports, I can access any number of reports through our navigation. I've got 3 that I have pinned for easy access. I can actually go up and see all the different reports that have been set up. We have a total of 19 report frameworks that can be configured across one or multiple queues, an assortment of agents, and the results of that historical data is presented on a scheduled basis in these channels. It can also be emailed as an HTML-based file to anybody, even outside of the Infinity One environment, UCX environment. I'll skip over chat and channels and groups because that's basically our own messaging capability, overlaps with Microsoft Teams. So we've created the capability to be able to turn those drawers off, hide their visibility so they can't be used, less clutter for the user. You can actually, if they're not using reports or queues or omnichannel, you can turn that off as well. We accept messages coming in from customers on either a web chat functionality, which this first one is, you can see by the little icon there, Facebook Messenger, SMS, and soon to be MMS, and WhatsApp. We'll also be adding email to this very shortly. So as messages come in through that asynchronous means, they get put into a queue that depending on who has responsibility for that area, they will get those queued messages, and they're shared across everybody. So it's a ring all strategy basically. And then once you've actually gone in and taken a message or a discussion, it moves into my chats in progress. So now I'm the only one responsible for. We keep track of how many active messages there are. We flag it in notifications in each of the drawers as well for so I can see that I've got 3 that I haven't responded to at this point in time. Yeah, and I mentioned that the drawers can be disabled, so you could have users that just have the call drawer, and that's the only thing that they would have access to. Now, I didn't want to go through the whole process of actually adding a user, the full configuration of of the client and its capabilities. But I do in the following slide, I'll step through it. It's really 4 steps. The UCX administrator goes into our API management, sets up a specific account that talks to the Microsoft Teams side through our partner portal, cloud services component. The administrator then goes into cloud services and establishes a connection between the user's email. I shouldn't have clicked. And their extension. It's kind of hard to see, along with the serial number of their system. As soon as that's entered, the user receives an email with a key and the serial number of the system. When they finish, like when they click add in that initial add app section, we actually will prompt for the subscription key and serial number. They simply cut and paste from email, click the submit button. Microsoft will actually, have them authenticate with their Microsoft credentials to make sure that they want to add this and allow the functionality, and they are operational. So, 4 simple steps, and everyone is up and running. So to summarize, we talked about 2 ways to integrate the embedded Infinity Web Client or direct routing. With the web client, there's no additional Microsoft Phone or EMetroTel licenses required. Full UCX, PBX, and contact center capabilities, our built-in omni-channel functionality, and the upcoming AI Assist. And this going forward is going to be our platform to build and enhance additional Teams integration within the Teams environment. So with that, I've concluded the presentation part, I guess, and we can move on to the questions and answers section.
Right on. Thank you very much, Brad. That was great. Let's open it up to questions. I've gathered them here from the chat. I think I'll just go through them in kind of chronological order. So our first question was from Tracy, and she wanted to know, is the UI available today? And if not, when will it become available?
Did you say, is the UI available today?
Yeah, the preview you showed us, the kind of upgraded UI.
Yeah, it's in the final stages of development right now. So, neither the like that dark green keypad and presentation of the AI Assist, that's not available today. It will be before the end of the year.
Okay, great. Next question. There was a couple around this from Chris and Adrian. Will this functionality only work in the web client, or will it become available in the desktop app as well?
So the desktop app, assuming you're referring to the 3065 desktop implementation, it does actually have the messaging capabilities, direct group and private chats within its user interface. It actually also has direct extension-based SMS functionality.
Actually, there's just been a clarification in chat, Brad. So they're referring to the desktop app version of Teams, not of Infinity.
Oh yes. So from a Teams perspective, yes, it will function the same in Teams. I just chose to use the multiple tabs within a browser.
Okay, great. Okay, so it works in both the browser version and the desktop app.
Yes.
Okay, so this question is from Kyle. Will we see an update that adds the functionality where a single extension could ring across multiple devices without the use of a call group? Is that
So yes, that is functionality we're working on as well today.
okay?
So you will see a release of it. It will be, for any of the 3065, 7000 series hard phones and the uh, either the Infinity Web Client or the Infinity Web Client for Teams.
Okay. What else do we have here? Another question, or a question from Damon. Are any of the Infinity One vulnerabilities being addressed? External scans show a ton of vulnerabilities. Is that
I guess the best way to answer that, would be to, whoever uh, uh, asked that to send those to us. We will evaluate it and understand whether they, are an exposure based on vulnerability scans will often show vulnerabilities based on just the software release that you uh, uh, advertise for a particular component. It doesn't necessarily capture the patches and updates that you've done beneath that. So we like to be able to review them and provide feedback from that perspective, and then also, if there are outstanding ones, work to address those.
okay? And yeah, if they were to follow up and send those to us, what's the best way to do that?
To send it uh, to, I guess, probably would be the PLM at emetrotel.com,
Okay.
and copy me on it as well.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with chat here. I think Phil also asked a question about which provisioning type this is. I'm not sure if that refers to a particular slide or everything in general.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the context of that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Phil, if you want to elaborate, sorry, don't
yeah.
add some more details there. And then one final question we got from Frank. Are you able to use the mobile app within Teams to make calls on the go?
So the answer to that is no. We actually, uh, you know, if you attempt to connect to the eMetro, like once you've installed the Infinity web app, it will show up in the mobile Teams device. But when you click on that, we actually refer you to clicking to using the mobile 3065.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another question from Derek. Find it. Any plans for 365 SSO integration?
Yes, it is part of our plan intent to have single sign-on capabilities. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for the chat questions. If anyone has any last questions, please do so. Otherwise, maybe we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, thanks again for everyone for joining our first EMetroTel live session. We'll follow up with an email with a link to this recording and any other resources. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll announce the next EMetroTel live session soon with the topic. Yeah, thanks everyone and have a great afternoon.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for your time. Yeah.
Bye for now.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about EMetroTel and Microsoft Teams integration, or you are planning a deployment, visit emetrotel.com or contact us at sales@emetrotel.com. And be sure to join us for future webinars where we will share more tutorials, product demos, and platform updates. See you next time!